Chinyamada nthawi yakwana.
Nthawi yoti tikambisane za business.
Kuyendetsa business yako muntu.
Kukuza business yako.
Ndine mtsikana wa business.
Ineso ndi nyamata wa business.
Pamwe business yanga yanyamuka.
Ndife mbado wa Zantchito. Inde Zantchito Entrepreneurship Voices, ZEV.
ZEV. Phada lokubatsanini ubangiri wakayendetsedwe kama business. Ikuthandizidwa ndi ndalama zochokera ku European Union mogwirizana ndi boma la Malawi. Tsopano ndi nthawi ya ndi business yanga.
Takulandira programu yathu ya Zantchito Entrepreneurship Voices documentary series. Ndipo ma episode awiri apitawa takhala tikuona za Kwanza Cocoa kuchokera kwa Wezi Mzumara. Tinaona mene anayambira chiyambi chake komanso kufikira mene amapangira chocolate chawo mpaka na kupanga package. Mu episode ino yomaliza tikhale tikuona zonsezi pakamodzi kuti kodi tsopano Wezi ulendo wake wayenda bwanji, nanga masomphenya amene ali nawo amuthandizira bwanji kufikira ma opportunities amene ali mdziko muno komanso maiko akunja. Ine ndi Thomas Piata, tiye ndikhale limodzi. Now, Wezi, as we conclude this series on Kwanza Cocoa, what do you consider to be the most valuable lessons that you've learned this far?
I think the most valuable lesson that I've learned this far is resilience.
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 Okay, what does it mean?
Resilience is having the ability to persevere through thick and thin. Doing business in Malawi is not easy. Mm-hmm. You have to have the patience, you have to be resilient, and you have to want it. If you really, really want it, you can make it work.
Okay, maybe just take you back. What are these challenges that you've gone through that you, when you sit back, you say, I think I could have fallen down?
I think when I look back at all the challenges I've had, I would say they're not challenges because challenges are opportunities. They've been a learning curve for me. Some challenges I have lost, some challenges I have won, but each challenge is actually an opportunity. There's always an opportunity out of a challenge.
Let's focus on these opportunities. I want us to discuss them. Really,
Okay.
Yeah, let's be precise. What are these opportunities that you've gone through?
Let me think off the top of my head. The lack of sugar, the sugar shortage. So sugar is one of our key ingredients. It's forced us to now look at alternatives for sugar to put in the chocolates, such as dates, but dates aren't grown in Malawi. So now we're looking at how to make sugar out of pineapple and banana. So challenges are always always there to create an opportunity for you to explore and for you to innovate. Okay. And it's always important as an entrepreneur to innovate, to solve problems. Good.
Now, we looked at the teams that you have, both at the farm and here at this production facility.
Yeah.
How have they helped you to reach this far?
When I started off, it was just me, my dad. My dad was on the farm and my uncle were on the farm. And it was me doing post-harvest production. Having a team has given us the ability to expand our markets, and it has also given us the ability to now look at increasing the cocoa footprint across Malawi, not just in Luazi, not just in Karonga, but across Malawi. It's given us the opportunity to be able to now reach out to other farmers and engage with other farmers to say, you know what, cocoa is the way forward.
In this team, you have your dad, your uncles, and then the staff that you recruited along the way.
Yes.
How are they blending?
They're blending pretty well. I have to give a very good example is the post-harvest production team was predominantly female. And we just really recently had an intern come in from Bunda. He started with us 2 weeks ago. So he's come in as the only male in a very female-dominant production space. So it's been interesting, and then to see the team dynamics shift. So a lot of the time the farm team has not actually worked with collaborated and worked with the production team. So now it's time for the two to meet and engage, and that's what we're trying to do today, as well as we have both teams in-house.
Yeah, now you just raised up a very important point that I want us to look at. The males and the females.
Yes.
How do you find them, especially the men? Usually people say men are very difficult to work with.
Well, I think because we're 70% female
Okay.
in the whole value chain, we don't find it difficult to work with. I mean, it's, gender equality. Gender equality is very important. But I found that because we have less men around, we've had to take, as women, we've had to take on the role as mechanical engineers, fixing the machines. If things are broken down, we fix them ourselves. So we've had to take a more male roles in the production process. Yeah.
Now, through this process now, reaching this far, what type of collaborations have you been engaged in?
So we do collaborate with other brands. So our key collaborator is VP Highlands Coffee. So we use their coffee in our mocha chocolate and vanilla coffee crunch chocolate. And then when we're doing chocolate tastings as well, we use VP Highlands Coffee in our products, in the tastings. And then we also collaborate with Moringa Acres. And they provide us with moringa products to put inside the chocolate, and also Invegro. So our motto is grown and crafted in Malawi. So we are happy to work with Malawian farmers who are growing different products. So moringa, hemp, coffee, anything, macadamia. Give it to us and we'll work with it.
Okay, and what's your agreement with them?
We usually buy what we use, we buy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, maybe moving forward, what type of collaborations are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to increasing our distribution. So we're looking for people to work with in Blantyre because we don't have any active outlets in Blantyre, but for Lilongwe we're okay. But, pop us a message and the marketing team will, see how we can collaborate together. And, you can't succeed on your own. You need to collaborate in order to succeed.
Yeah, because there's some entrepreneurs out there, some aspiring, some are already established, that think perhaps they look at other establishments as competitors and they don't want to work with them. What would you advise them?
Across industries, people need to learn to work together. I've noticed that we have a lot of peanut butter producers, a lot of chili producers, a lot of coffee producers who are now coming in. I've seen that it's lovely to see that the coffee people are now working together. They've created the coffee festival, they collaborate, they talk to each other and they advise each other. How coffee is working in Malawi is also how all the other sectors should work in terms of the young entrepreneurs coming together, not the bigger entities like NASFAM bringing everybody together. It should be like smaller entities so that our problems are relatable, because I can't go to a big manufacturer and have the same problem as them. If I go to a smaller manufacturer, I will have more relatable problems with them. So competition shouldn't be competition, it should be an opportunity for collaboration.
Beautiful. Now, the cocoa industry in Malawi is just small. What impact do you hope to have maybe in the near future?
So unofficially, Malawi exports 12 tons of cocoa annually, and this all goes through Tanzania. And a 20-foot container fits 14 tons of cocoa, whereas your West African countries are producing over 230,000 tons a year of cocoa. So Malawi can't compete at a global stage yet. We have to compete locally and boost the cocoa community in Malawi, which is why today is one of the important days in that, because we're collaborating with farmers, engaging more farmers to come on board to start now planting cocoa and establishing their cocoa farms and plantations.
Now, do you think we are doing pretty much to match the other producers, like the Western African countries that you mentioned?
No, we're very, very, very far. We're extremely far away to compete on that level.
What should be done? What should be done?
I think going forward, more strategies should be implemented into farming other crops, such as cocoa. I know a lot of people have gone into macadamia. Cocoa has been ignored, but it would be nice to have more farmers on board and more engagement with the government on growing cocoa as well.
Now, this takes us to the future now. In
Yes.
the next 10, 15 years,
Yeah.
Where do you see Kwanza Cocoa?
In about 10, 15 years, I see Kwanza Cocoa as a leading brand in Southern Africa. So our target market is actually the SADC region. So I see us crossing borders into Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and this is also through the AFCFTA and collaborating with the AFCFTA.
And what are you doing maybe to prepare for this?
So in preparation for this, we are working with the African Standards Organization to get our African standards for chocolate, and then for chocolate and cocoa as well, because they're two different standards, and then also with MBS to get our ISO certification, so we're able to cross borders. Export is a big thing for Malawi right now, but as small producers, we can't hit the export targets, so we should focus on the local market first for the next 5 years, and then after 10 years, then we can start talking about export.
Okay. Now, talking about the local markets, are you able to satisfy it currently?
With the local market, it's a case of educating the market.
Okay.
To be able to satisfy the local market, people need to understand the difference between craft chocolate and commercial chocolate. And we're slowly beginning to teach people. This is why we encourage people to come and do chocolate tastings, so that they learn that craft chocolate is real chocolate.
Yeah.
Commercial chocolate has preservatives, sugars, extra things added to it. So slowly but surely, our first objective is to educate the consumer before the consumer decides what they want to buy for their own health benefits.
And perhaps we might want to understand, what are you doing for you to maintain the craft chocolate that you're doing right now?
We're staying small. You won't see us in supermarkets.
You're staying small.
We're staying small.
Okay, but now you have a vision
To grow.
To grow.
Yes, we grow. We're classed as a luxury brand, so you won't find us everywhere. You'll find us in specific places. Yes.
Does that sound like a good plan?
It does sound like a beautiful plan. Yeah.
Okay. How do you justify this your plan of staying small and
Staying small and providing quality products. So Kwanza Cocoa is not a commercial brand, we're a luxury brand. So for example, would you find a Bugatti advertised everywhere? So we have our niche clientele that we work with. Our customers understand the journey of our products. And they also get to have that one-on-one experience with either our sales team or our farm team or myself. So we're a very personalized brand. I know a lot of brands in the Western world are very personal. So you have that authentic personal touch to everything that you do, which is what we want to maintain. As entrepreneurs, we should also understand our market and understand niche markets, because not one size fits all. Everybody likes different things, and as entrepreneurs, we need to establish what our customers like, what our customers want, and how we can satisfy our customers.
Wonderful. Now, in our previous episode, we talked about the importance of research, and I know you've done research, you've done a SWOT analysis of your business, of your brand. What do you consider as threats and risks that are in this industry, and how are you preparing for them?
Threats would be disease and pests on the farm or any of the farms, because that will affect our raw inputs coming in. Weaknesses, I would say price fluctuations of the cocoa. Because when I first started making chocolate, cocoa beans were $2.50. And with the global shortage of cocoa across the globe, a kilo became $12. It's now currently at a stable $6 to $8. So that is one of the threats and weaknesses that directly affects our production process. Yes.
Now, and how are you preparing for such risks?
So we've had to learn to innovate different product lines. So because of the cocoa shortage, we've started making a lot more bonbons and truffles and caramels and things like that because they use up less chocolate. So for every problem, you must find a solution. As entrepreneurs, that's what we're trained to do, is find a solution to a problem. So this is why I always say that a challenge is not a challenge, it's an opportunity.
We've seen customers coming here to test your chocolate. Do they give you feedback?
Yes, we do get feedback. So you can leave a customer review on our Google. People do send us messages with positive and negative feedback. We love negative feedback because it also helps us grow and improve.
Actually, I was to ask, how do you use this feedback, especially the negative feedback?
The negative feedback, we use it to help us grow and, make alterations to products, because our products are based on like us experimenting a lot. So if somebody tastes something and they're like, no, it has too much of this in it, adjust. We're able to do that.
You've used a lot of digital marketing,
Yes.
Advertising your brand. How has it helped you?
Digital marketing has helped us reach our customers, and it's also helped us reach global audiences in telling our story. It's also important for brands, smaller brands in Malawi, not to just think local, think global.
Okay.
Because we do have access to global now. We have couriers, we have people who travel a lot. This was more difficult during the time of COVID because people were traveling less. But now you can send a parcel with somebody. If somebody sees your product online, they'll be like, oh, I have someone who's flying to Malawi who can have a look. And you can get parcels flown across the world.
You also talked about the networking that you have. You belong to some communities that are also into this business.
Yes.
And how is that also helping you to maintain your brand?
It's the community that we have, the Cross-Atlantic Chocolate Collective, helps us in establishing relationships cross-border. So if somebody is stuck with something in particular, like how Jamaica had the hurricane, we are all in each of our chocolate brands now establishing a chocolate bar to help support our fellow chocolate maker in Jamaica. So we're all developing a Jamaican flavor, which you'll probably see towards the end of December going into January. It's that sense of community, having a community that you can go to, not just for business, but for personal issues as well, is always good.
Okay. Now, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, young people, that are not sure of, entering this space of agribusiness, agri-processing.
Yes.
What would you say to them?
I would say agriculture is a risk. It's a very, very high risk. It's a high-risk business, but once you find your footing, you will reap the rewards, and good rewards as well. But you have to be extremely patient, extremely resilient, and not give up. If somebody says no, make a way to turn that no into a yes. Yeah.
Okay, so they should never give up.
Don't give
There
up.
are risks. You need to be resilient.
Calculated risks.
Okay.
You can't just take every risk, but you need to calculate your risks. I mean, we've had risks where we've tried flavors, like I put vinegar in chocolate. That was a risk. Didn't taste nice. Customers told me it didn't taste nice, but you have to take risks in order to understand what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, what about those that are starting now, that have actually made a decision to enter into this space?
A lot of entrepreneurs who are just starting off, their first issue that they're going to go towards is capital. Now, for us, we applied for, we didn't apply, we did the Tony Elemu Foundation course in 2021. That's what started off our business, and we got the seed capital of $5,000. And from that, we've been able to grow. Then you have a certain group of entrepreneurs who always rely on grant funding. through my history of working with funders or investors, I should say investors at this point, we have to learn as businesses, if you're going to get any capital injection, you have to make sure that capital injection that you get, you are able to build a sustainable business. So there's a lot of people who laugh at me. After I got my first 2 grants, 2021 and 2022, 2021, I bought machines. 2022, we started building this facility. Between 2022 and 2025, I said no to any grants. I said no to any investor opportunities, no to grants, no to everything. The reason why is we wanted to build a sustainable business. The business should be able to run by itself. It should be able to reinvest, and you should be able to grow by yourself, which was extremely important to us.
Is this one of the lessons that you've learned through this business?
Make sure you have a sustainable business, because you'd never always have a bailout.
No, thank you very much, Wezi. I hope so many Malawians have been inspired by your story. The Kwanza brand, I think, is known now, and we wish you all the best.
This is only just the beginning. It's just the beginning. We're not there yet. This is the beginning, and we're looking forward to having more farmers come on board, more chocolate makers come on board, people producing skincare from cocoa.
More chocolate testers.
And more as long as you're buying products.
Yes. Mina magulitsira chocolate cha Kwanza Cocoa. Ndili mmodzi mwa customers amene amakonda chocolate chimenechi kuchokera kwa Luwinga. Unamva bwanji za chocolate chimenechi?
Chocolate ichi tinachimva chifukwa Kwanza Cocoa takhala tikugwira nawo ntchito ku Image Livelihoods kuyambira zaka zapitazo.
Okay.
Sana yambe ndikupanga produce kuti likhale la factory chonchi. Nde timawathandiza mnjira zosiyana monga ma training, coaching, kena katita ona zosala maso panga production, pano poti namba so khala no customer wawo ngati company. Tikakhala ma event timagula maso. Personally, I buy. My favorite is also the passion fruit one.
So when you want Kwanza Cocoa,
ikugula.
Okay. Favorite yani indeed. Pali milk chocolate, pali brandy and kambuzi, pali piri.
Apa nimakonda cha milk chocolate. Koma upatu wako so chimechichi nimakonda cha passion fruit. Amapanga timakhangati tima small bars. Timeneti ndi flavor ya passion fruit. Monga so tingana ndi mjira ina granadilla.
Okay. Now, ndi chocolate chosiyana bansika. Mukalo supermarkets timapeza chocolate. Chikusiyana bwanji chimene chimapezeka ma store ena.
Kusiyana kwake kwambiri chocolate it's locally produced, and I think being a Malawian is something I'm very proud to see. Kuti kumalawi unoko kunapezeka no company mini mapanga chocolate locally. Komanso chachiwiri it's made with so much love, which is something I think personally I'm also happy about. Kuti it's handmade. Of course, I've used a machine. Koma packaging yake, they are using pretty much my raw materials in the end. They make this product out of love. They sell it more like a lifestyle. So in the product yogurt, they're basing on what sort of lifestyle do you want, and what sort of features can you find in this product, meaning in the lifestyle. Yeah.
So about the kambuzi, brandy, milk chocolates, piri. Go and enjoy yourself.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, different them don't say.
That was.
Zikomo. Kumene konso ndikutsiriza kwa ulendo wa episode atatu a Kwanza Cocoa. Tamva kuchokera kwa Wezi Mzumara, mene anayambira, mene amapangira chocolate, komanso mphenya amene ali nawo ofuna kufikira misika yakunja. Kumbukirani kuti ulendo wa entrepreneur umayamba ndi simple idea, kenako kuzikhulupirira ndi kumachita add value pa zinthu zimene mukupanga. Ine ndi Thomas Pyata, muzakhale pompo pandiza kubwesereninso entrepreneur wina. Kumbukirani kuti programu iyi timakupatsira ndi thandizo la ndalama zochokera ku European Union, ndipo mutha kuionera pamakandema a Times, MBC komanso Zodiac pa ma radio awo. Muthanso kumvera pa community radio stations osiyanasiyana. Tilinso ndizo lemba mu newspaper za Malawi News ndi Weekend Nation komanso pa social media.